And just for the record, the hose line is an actual quote from Kroc. I didn't write that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's in his book.
As his dog eat dog, war is war, that one too.
So how do you relate to your...
We learned a lot of lessons from our grandfather growing up, and one of them was hard work. And I've emulated my life on working hard and running a small business and running and just working as hard as we can to make our way through life. And that's one of the things that he purveyed to our father and then purveyed on to us. And we're happy that the movie shows that side of them where they were always working. They didn't show up at the office and work 9 to 5. They were there from open to close. And they always made sure that everything was the way it was supposed to be. And that's one of the lessons that we took away from it.
Yeah, and they loved it too. You know, they very much loved doing that. They loved being a part of that. They loved creating something that they enjoyed, and they knew that everyone around them enjoyed it as well. And I'm overjoyed with the performances that were made and actually brought that to life. You know, it's really amazing to watch.
Are you as competitive as he is?
I'm probably more the competitive one then.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely.
How do you see people want to make American dream, people want to make a success. You have to be really, cold person and very greedy.
Well, I have an anecdote. Nick and I were once up for the same role, and his car that morning inexplicably exploded.
I used to be very attractive.
And Jeremy, for you as an actor, I mean, how do you deal with competition?
I mean, look, I don't have if I have a black card, it has nothing to do with me being an actor. And it may be Cole. He was born black Cole. No, look, man, I'm an outputter. So I believe in the output. So that's what I do for a living. And if there's somebody to take it, buy it, whatever, awesome. I'm just happy doing what I love to do, is expressing human condition. And there's no competition, if you ask me. It's how people perceive things. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing to compete with, except myself, perhaps. Outputting truth, as what I try to do. So, yeah, there's no competition at all. It actually might make me a little gooier than I want to be inside.
There's one thing I want to bring up about if you want to succeed, you have to be greedy. There's a great documentary. This is about acting, but it's true of anything. There's a great documentary called Character, which is a bunch of actors talking to other actors about what they did. And Lee J. Cobb had advice for a young actor that said, work on your craft every day, and when you get your chance, be excellent. I think excellence is, if you want to shoot for something, I think that's one of the things that the McDonald's brothers were shooting for was excellence. And I don't think Ray Kroc was without that either. I think he had a sense of excellence. I've spoken with several people, a couple of journalists who had worked in McDonald's, even overseas, and they were like, well, all of these things that were said both by the McDonald's brothers and Ray Kroc, if you can lean, you can clean, those kinds of things, the rowing of the burgers, all those things are things that he took as excellence. These restaurants have to be exact. And so, if you want to succeed, I don't know if coldness or cruelty is about it, but excellence most definitely is, I think.
One thing I'll just add real quickly, my favorite scene maybe in the film is, that I'm in, is, it has no words in it. When I relate to, and this relates to excellence and, just doing a little bit in detail. When he's, this is so nuts, when he's cleaning up at night, and everybody's gone, and he's making sure that everything's clean and brushed aside. I just find it admirable, and I don't know why, but when we did it, there was at one point him, I think, said, "Okay, relax, slow down." Because I got it, man. I got it. I was like, clean that. And it was too much. Even though I'm this big but that's I believe in it, I get it, and I just dig the visual is so cool, you know, and what it says without one word. That's it.
I think we have time for one more question. Let's go right in the back there, right behind you.
Question for Laura. There's that wonderful moment with your character where she realized she's being asked to be a true business partner to Ray, and then a couple of moments later, it's being dismissed. Can you talk about that? That was wonderful.
Is this the working one? Yeah. Well, I loved that too. You know, given in the writing and directing the idea to propose this partnership. You know, he had a fever of this new idea, and I think that you know, one of the interesting things about having a relationship in a film where you have very specific and limited time to tell an entire story, not just about the couple, but really to serve what we want to learn about Ray. The challenge there was to see what it's like personally to live in the mania or the fever of great ideas that never find themselves. So hopefully, I think one of the goals was that through her eyes, you see how many rides they've been through of another great idea that falls short or another promise. And particularly, I think in a 50s relationship, to have, you know, the gauntlet offered to you as a wife of, now I'm gonna bring you in. I see you as my partner, my best friend. You know, it's like when you ask people what they found attractive about Ray Kroc or what they liked, you know, from the perspective of the woman who fell in love with him first, you know, it's the sexiness of a dreamer, and until it hurts too much. And so I think that's hopefully what I, you know, tried to support, is what that feels like to go on that ride of a dreamer when you become the victim of their dreams that last for about 10 minutes, and then they're on to the next. And if you're not part of the next one, you're going to get left behind. And character over.
He tried to.
She did.
He actually in real life tried to hire her. She complained that you know, you're not spending enough time with me, and he said, well, just then come work for me. It was kind of dark.
And she'll be embarrassed by this or not, or she'll gloat. I'll leave it to her. But it's hard to find somebody who finds, man, I've said this about her, and if somebody was, a journalist was saying, praising her, this woman to my right as well yesterday, you have to search hard to find somebody who can find those little pockets and that little, I always say, you know, paint with one of those little fine hair brushes, you know, like 2 or 3 little, you know, badger hairs on your brush. She finds those really weird little, funny little balancing points, because she had tough detail and not coming off as the shrew, you know, and the whiner, you know, and that would be the easy way to go. And it's hard to pull off what she does. I've been a fan for a long time, and she's just, man, transitions and fine little spots. It's outstanding.
Well, I don't know about you guys. I really want a Big Mac. So I want to thank you so much for being here today. Congratulations to you guys on a great movie. Thank you so much.